Then I will show you another tool, which is Remix. There is also a tutorial here, so you can go through the tutorial. This is on the Conflux documentation portal. So you can go here and see step by step, but I will just show you real time how to do it. I just need some code here. So Remix is an application that, as you see, it's web-based. So you just go to this link and you can just start both developing your smart contract and deploying your smart contract on Conflux. The first thing is you need to have a MetaMask account. So the first thing is, once you have your MetaMask, you have your CFX that you need to pay for gas at the moment of deploying your contract. You just create your contract. I will create a new file. I will call it mytoken.solve, and I will just paste the code I had here on the tutorial. So as you can see here, you identified the version of Solidity. Here we are importing this library, which is from OpenZeppelin. Basically, this is the ERC20 standard. We'll be creating a token based on this standard. And the only thing we are doing here on our token, the only additional code we are adding, like apart from the one that already exists on this library, which we can see here, it's quite long. And in order to deploy a contract here using Remix, you just need to paste the code here. In this case, we just have a constructor that will mint 10K tokens to the address that is deploying the contract. And in order to create this token, we will need to input the name of the token and the symbol of the token, as you can see here. Once you have your contract pasted and created, you just go to compile. You just need to make sure that the compiler version is higher than this one. I will use, for example, the same one. I'll press on compile my token, and it's compiled successfully, as you can see here. Now, the next step after compiling the code is deploying it. So in order to do that, we will go to this next tag here and we'll select injective provider MetaMask. In this case, I am already connected with this account, but if you do it for the first time, it will pop up a confirmation request that allowing you to connect to Remix. But you can see I'm connected with the wallet that ends in 6364, which is this one, and it shows the amount of CFX I have here. I am already connected. Once it's done, you basically come here and need to input the name and the symbol of the token. For example, let's put here test token, and let's call it TT. And I click on transact, and there is a pop-up in which I need to confirm the transaction and pay the gas fee for the deployment. And here it is. So it was deployed successfully, as you can see. So you can see the status, the transaction hash, the deployer, and the address of the contract itself. So this is all the information of the deployment. You can see everything is pretty clear, like the gas fee, the transaction cost, and there is some log information. But from all this information, I will just take the transaction hash and I will go to ConfluxScan. I will show you here. I need to connect to the Tesnet version. I will go to Conflux ESpace Tesnet, and I will paste the transaction hash here on the browser. And this will take me to the transaction in which I created this smart contract, this token. So this is the contract address of the token that was created. So I will click it. And here it is, this token, and this is the transaction. Now I should have 10,000 tokens here on my wallet. So I will go to MetaMask and import the token using the contract address. And here it is, the tokens. So I can already use these tokens to transfer it to another MetaMask wallet, another user. And this is how you can easily create a token. And you can see it didn't took more than, let's say, 10 minutes. And it's quite simple, and I encourage you all to go and try it. Next, I will show you how to verify the contract. So if you can see, you can click here on the contract and it's not verified. The problem with this is that no one can make sure that the code is actually the one that you say it is. So in this way, I can prove that the code I say that works for the contract is actually what is deployed on the blockchain and that there is nothing hidden there. But the other importance of verifying the contract is that you can also interact with the contract from ConfluxScan. So let's verify it now. But to do this, I will show you first how to create a flattened file. So you just need to go back to Remix, right-click on your contract, and click on Flatten. So this flattened file basically removes all this import and just create one single file that is not importing anything, that contains all the code. So we will copy this code here. We will go back to ConfluxScan and click on Verify. The token was my token here. License, I can put here, choose the compiler version and paste the code. Once I do that, I just submit. You can see verification succeeded. So we already verified our contract and everyone can check what the code looks like. You can see it's now verified. Here you can see all the code. You also have the contract API, which will be also very important for Web3 development if you want to interact with this contract from a Web3 application. And then there is these new tabs that didn't appear before, in which you can read the contract variables, for example, the balance of an account. And you will also be able to write to the smart contract, like decrease allowance, increase allowance. These are all the functions that were inherited from the ERC20 standard. There is no additional function that we added to the contract. So this is like the standard ERC20. And there is also the function here in which you can transfer, for example, from one address to the other. And yeah, that's basically our test token smart contract.